am Grumps. I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps.
First of all, what the heck is up with this game? Are those paintings or windows? Geez, game designers, make up your minds. What is this bullshit? 2 cats? Why not 3? Geez, what were they thinking? This game's a bunch of poopy ass dicks. Covered in chocolate feces. What is this? Some kind of angel? I don't want religion in my game. Geez, walking chairs? What's he in a hurry for? To get sit on? What's this flashing bird flashing for? Is he the police? Geez, you open up a locked treasure chest to get a key. Isn't that ass backwards? This game's a bunch of poopy ass trippings covered in semen. In this game, you play as a retarded mouse named Mickey. He's got his girlfriend with him, but she should be too busy in the kitchen.
Oh, no! Minnie!
Sometimes your girlfriend gets kidnapped by a bird. Just like her, bitch.
Everybody, welcome once again to the Brony Show, episode something or other. We are 317 actually, episode 317. I am your host as always, ready to trip over every single line, do everything slightly bass-ackwards, and make silly mistakes. I am Circuit Main. Of course, I'm joined by a wonderful cavalcade of panelists who luckily get to sit back and don't trip over things like I do. Of course, we have Deathlight Productions.
Yo.
We also have Textalion.
I'd love to trip over some weed right now.
And we also have Toakoi.
Cause he got high.
And of course, we're here to bring you all the fun and silliness of the Brony community for this week. And of course, the big thing that we're going to be talking about is unfortunately a bit of a sad one, especially for me personally. But we are going to be talking about the 6th and final Crystal Mountain Ponycon here in Salt Lake, Utah, which I was a part of a good chunk here and there. Of course, there's plenty of stories every single year for me. And we got one more story for it. So, we will be talking about that. However, since I am the only one that attended the convention, I wanted to try to bring some people along for a different ride while I talked about Crystal Mountain. And I have a little puzzle set up on Tabletop Simulator. And hopefully we got some people here with Tabletop Simulator that'd be more than willing to try to get the puzzle put together while I am talking about Crystal Mountain Ponycon. But we will be getting to that here in just a moment. Let's go ahead and warm up our vocal cords a little bit, talk about our daily lives, and what better way than What's Up Brony? So, what's up, Bronies?
Well, I was wanting to go to Crystal Mountain, but I kind of got pulled to the side because I needed to install a sink, and in that time I was also working on my SUV. Well, you've seen all the pictures. It's quite a project. I got the back completely replaced. I got pretty much all the rust removed from the hatch clear up to the under the diff because I'm just doing the underbody and frame. But I couldn't reach. I just turned the rust converter on it, primed it, undercoated it, called that a day, and started working on the front. but I didn't have a coil compressor, so I just kind of stuck there right now.
Ah. Well, I'll go a little bit into what's going on with me. Of course, obviously, I went to Crystal Mountain, but I got a lot of good, exciting things coming my way here. Actually, I'm excited because Dragon Quest XI is due to come out tomorrow to the United States. Of course, I got my reserve copy ready to pick up, and I will be picking that sucker up as soon as I get off work tomorrow and take care of a few small errands. And of course, I'm going to be playing the crap out of it. I'm actually debating on streaming it on my personal Twitch stream while I play it. So I am excited for that. Along with that, though, I do have another convention that I'm going to be going to this week. Of course, it's the Big Daddy convention of Salt Lake now at this time, which is basically FanX. Formerly Comic-Con, because unfortunately San Diego got a bug up there. Anyway.
Yeah, and they were threatening to sue and all that.
No, they did. There was no
Oh,
threats here. They did it. They did.
I thought that was a threat, and then they okay.
No, they went through with it, and the court decided that technically, by trial by jury no less, technically there was infringement on the name Comic-Con. Though granted, Comic-Con is not exactly a trademarked word, but it is at the same time. Go figure. But there was enough infringement that it did warrant actually being a copyright liable case. However, they found it without fault. It wasn't intentional. It was accidental. So they did get a bit of a fine, not the millions of dollars that San Diego was trying to levy on it, but they did get about $200,000, I think, maybe more or less. I got to look up the details there, but Salt Lake was forced to change the name. Of course, they went with FanX, which oddly enough, they already had a FanX Expo that they did on the other half of the year. So in the end of the summer, you would have Comic-Con. End of winter, you would have FanX, and basically you would have those running concurrently. Now it looks like they just cobbled it all together, and they're calling it the Salt Lake Fan Expo, which I'm okay with. That actually sounds a lot better than Salt Lake Comic-Con, especially considering that there's only maybe 25% of it to do with comics.
Yeah, but then again, you got to think how much of Comic-Con is just comics.
That too. That's why I think San Diego Comic-Con really needs to rethink the name. But that's me. Maybe they can't rethink the name. Maybe it's one of those things they can't change it anymore because it's so ingrained that it's impossible to change it. But it's
kind of trademarked at that point. And
Hey, Suki, Second and Deathwood ranting about how Salt Lake City Comic-Con had to change its name because of San Diego.
At the $200,000 fine, that's bullshit.
no.
So
That's a
wait,
slap on the wrist.
so because they used Comic-Con, they had to. How about because of the fact that it's specifically Salt Lake City Comic-Con, and that should make it different enough that copyright doesn't mean shit there.
Actually, let me go ahead and rephrase it. I made some mistakes because I thought the number I gave was off. They were seeking $12 million in damages, but they were rewarded only $20,000 because it was not willful infringement of the Comic-Con copyright, quote unquote. However,
The people running Comic-Con in San Diego are just being dicks.
Okay, so are they going to sue New York now?
actually, I heard something about that. I'm not sure how true it is. I never got a chance to look at it. But apparently because of this, if I heard right, of course, this is hearsay. I haven't actually looked for articles, so anybody who wants to look into this, feel free. Apparently, now because they did that, San Diego actually has to go and contact every single one of these Comic-Cons and basically request them to change their name or pay a fee. Which apparently some are changing and some are not. And of course, along with that, Salt Lake Comic-Con is filing an appeal on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what?
Yeah, because I'm sorry, but the fact that if they were just calling them, in fact, really just the phrase Comic-Con is not is not enough of an infringement, especially if literally the convention is called City Comic Con, because that means that unless they're saying that if it's Comic Con, it has to be associated with the same company who runs San Diego Comic Con, essentially.
I recall this just from listening to Lawful Masses with Leonard French, an actual copyright attorney on YouTube. There is a thing called generalization. For example, the reason people Hoover in the UK is like people. It is a vacuum, not a Hoover. Hoover is our brand, not the device, but everyone calls it, oh, that's a Hoover. Or a different vacuum company. Like, it loses its trademarkability if it becomes a general term.
Okay, actually, I just found out there has been some recent events going on with this, and it's actually about a week and a half old on this, but yeah, apparently, Court has also now ordered FanX to pay $4 million in legal fees to Comic-Con. So,
Hell?
yeah, I have no idea.
They are appealing that, and I would get a copyright attorney in on this.
There's obviously some pushback, some trade back. Eventually, there's really just a lot of back and forth going on this. So I don't know.
I think San Diego's just trying to flex their muscles.
And get money for free.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And other non-depressing news, I apparently got to be Employee of the Month.
Wow.
Cool.
So you got banned from your work and then got Employee of the Month. Jeez, they just don't know what to do with you, do they? Anyway, I'm
Here's the thing, after that ban,
I'm
that's
just
the reason I have 8 days in so far.
all right. I'm just having fun with the idea, okay? Let me have it. Any case, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave the Comic-Con stuff alone. But I am attending the convention this week as well. But lawsuits are lawsuits. What are we gonna do? But moving right along here. Does anybody else have any other What's Up Brony going on with them?
Well, I'm late because because I was tired because I didn't think that the walking I did today would really affect me that much. But I guess it's that and the 5 hours in the sun I spent. So, well, yeah.
Sun dust, yeah. It's that.
Yeah. So, I mean, luckily, no, I'm not burned or anything. I actually remembered sunscreen and all that. It's just too bad. It's just too bad the Braves couldn't figure out how to keep a good game going through the end of it.
Ah, well.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyhow.
Don't worry about sunscreen stuff. I work out in the sun almost 12 hours a day. I'm good.
All right. Anyway.
You mean you are basically a walking case of cancer now?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Landscaping.
Okay, well, I'm glad you could make it here at least. Are you going to be ready to do some puzzling while I talk about Crystal Mountain?
Maybe. Oh, well, apparently I gotta actually sign into my Steam.
Yeah.
Shit.
No worries. We still
forgot
got
my password.
we still got a little bit of time left, so no worries. Anybody else have any other What's Up going on with them before we go ahead and talk about a lot of other fun things?
Nothing outside of. Still haven't seen any MLP McDonald's toys yet, but we may be getting a truck on Tuesday, so I'll update you whenever I see them.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's go ahead and move right along here into news. We do got a little bit of news going on. I'm going to make brief mention of this because, in all honesty, I wanted to wait until the dust settled and to see if anything was going on. But in all honesty, it's been jumping all over the place here, so might as well talk a little bit. Now, one of the big things that's been going on is usually with Netflix, at one point or another, shows that we like tend to expire and they get taken off, which sucks. Unfortunately, Pony was one of those yet again. Of course, usually what the status quo was is they had the expiration, then it gets removed shortly before it actually happens, and then we have it for another several glorious months until the next shocker. Unfortunately, this time it looks like it's got more interesting, as it did get removed for a while, and then suddenly got re-added, then removed, then re-added. Now it's currently on Netflix, though it has an expiration date of September the 7th, and really odd, because I don't think anybody else has mentioned this, unless I'm the only one that noticed. Only season 3 and 4 are showing.
What?
I have no idea So I have no idea if either Netflix is losing their marbles, or if maybe they are currently fighting to try to keep the MLP license on Netflix there. Which, if they lose it, that'll suck. But that's also well, there's plenty of other avenues, in all honesty, and this is why I'm getting physical DVD copies of all these seasons. There's other avenues, though. Of course, some of them we don't explicitly mention, but we do know that they exist.
Yes.
It's the internet. Piracy is a thing.
It is, but we don't. Look.
Somewhere out there you can find it.
Let me put it to you this way.
It's
Yeah.
impossible.
Oh, for the love of God, dude! I know that piracy is a thing. The problem is that if you actually advocate and encourage people to pirate, that actually puts you liable. I know it's a thing. It's like knowing that shooting somebody is a very good way of getting them out of your life. It's not a good idea to suggest it, but it exists. It's an option. It's not a good idea, though. That's pretty much it. I can't condone it, literally. However, there are legal avenues. So if you have the option, go ahead and pursue the legal avenues. If you do not, mum's the word. Moving on.
That's how I reinvigorate him, folks.
All right, moving on. Canada has another pony convention. Whoop-de-doo. Well, actually, this is really good for them. After Brony closed its doors, I think it was last year, actually. Obviously, Canadians would have to come down south into the glorious U.S. in order to see pony in a convention-like setting. However, it looks like Vancouver has popped up and has announced 2019 of next year. In fact, literally, January 11th through 13th. So pretty much at the turn of next year, that Vancouver Pony Expo will be happening. So for you lovely Canadians up there that have been eager to sink your teeth into a big, thriving pony community with lots of merchandise, gaming, and so much other stuff that you honestly wonder how in the world you can absorb it all, and then you're just leaving with Twilight Sparkle dancing in your head for the next 5 days. This is your opportunity once again.
In this case, a giant plus in Twilight that you had to buy a plane ticket for.
Right, we all know the story there. Moving on to the next one. Apple Bloom gives a damn. Actually, this is just a little side snippet that's funny as hell, but I can't help but mention it. And actually, we're going to go ahead and, now that I remember for 5 seconds that we do have a specialized window for this, so our chatters can be seen. So, hey chatters, you're on stream now. Be sure to say hi. Also, be sure to observe the chat laws. But yes, in the latest Ponyville Mysteries comic, unfortunately, a spelling error has Apple Bloom literally giving a damn about a dam. So yeah, spelling errors can happen to anyone, and now we have Apple Bloom saying damn.
Damn, that's about
She's
time.
not wrong. It is a damn, so damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. So Apple Bloom's giving a damn. Let's see how long that will be turning around here in our collective consciousness. Next, Pony Club, another full community MMO that is currently in the works, has released more and more updates. Latest ones include shader systems, weather, accessories, and more. Of course, I have played a little bit of it, but all they had was a big forest that I could walk through, which was pretty cool. But there wasn't really much else other than talking to people, walking around the forest, and nothing much else to see. However, they are adding more and more stuff, and this is targeted to be a bigger MMO as it goes. In fact, it is an alpha right now. Early alpha.
I haven't really considered much a social MMO where you still have like bosses and equipment and whatnot, but you just talk to people most of the time.
That's pretty much there's a lot of different MMOs. Even with the normal combaty MMOs, they still have that.
Actual people, not NPCs.
Yeah, people talkie. And hello to our people.
Walkie.
Hello to Gaku Murasara, who is our only person, I think, in our YouTube chat right now. But we can see you, man. Hello. Alright.
Yeah.
Now for more insane pony references, Mad Magazine has recently released their latest issue involved with Ready Player One. And of course, we all know where this is going. They included a lot of different random references, including Rarity beating the blood out of somebody. And what my personal favorite, I actually love this, Mr. Magoo in a barbarian outfit.
I saw this and I actually laughed.
I mean, Rarity, it's awesome to see Rarity basically puncturing the eye of somebody, but just freaking barbarian Mr. Magoo, and also strawberry shortcake with like a freaking SMG thing going on.
AK-47 goggles.
Yeah. Terminator Piglet.
Terminator Piglet. Yeah,
Another thing that I like about this little comic panel is this movie was culturally forgotten months ago, and I'm like, no, it's kind of still a big thing if you know where to look.
Dude, that's the joke. They're just talking about the fact that usually a lot of movies kind of leave the social consciousness after a few months. And it doesn't necessarily mean that's the case with this one. It's just a trend. Let's face it. However, there was also a rejected Jeopardy's category with My Little Pony being My Little Pony characters that sound like ethnic slurs but aren't. I'm pretty sure some of you are now thinking, which ones could those possibly be?
That actually is a good question.
Berry Punch? I don't know.
And it looks like we got a Octi over in Twitch. Hi there.
They're one of our first few Twitch people that came over and found us.
Alright, so who here likes Alexa?
I've never used
the
it.
spy.
Okay, I'm not a big fan either. However, fortunately or unfortunately, Alexa has now a fan-made app for My Little Pony that comes with Equestria Facts and Equestria Trivia Game. So Alexa can either tell you a random fact about My Little Pony, or she can quiz you with a set of 3 random questions.
They are pre-show without the personality.
Meh. Well, kind of. It's Alexa. She has her own personality. It tends to be a little robotic,
it's a
though.
glitchy one.
Yeah. But if you have an Alexa for some reason, now you have something nice that you can put onto it. Now, who here wants a My Little Pony movie?
Another one.
Now, who here wondered which one are we talking about? Well, how about both? My Little Pony movie, both of them, are being released in a 35th anniversary Blu-ray edition. So you can get your Shadow Tempest mixed in with your Smooths.
It is a collective bundle. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
The G1 movie. Get in the way.
I don't know, the G1 movie wasn't all that bad. If they included 3.5, then maybe we can scream, but it also includes a deleted scene, Equestria Girls short, Baking with Pinkie Pie featurette, making magic with the main 6 and the new friends, Journey Beyond Equestria, I Am Your Friend in Need, sung by Tay Diggs. Or is it Tay Diggs or Ty Diggs?
Whichever way you want to say it.
Right. But yeah, if you haven't gotten the My Little Pony movie yet, and you just wanted wanted a different reason to pick it up, why not both?
I
It's a
remember
little
the most
commercial
fun.
here, but we're doing it live, so we can't find it at the moment.
Find what now?
Taco commercial where it was either hot or soft tacos, and the little girl goes, "Why not both?" in Spanish, and then everyone celebrates.
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about. Moving on.
That's an old one.
Moving on. Unfortunately, I honestly thought that CMC PC would be hiding in our chat here ready to jump on this, but looks like I'm going to be talking about it. Gameloft MLP has the Android mobile game has recently released a latest update with the Parent Map Quest. Of course, this quest is all set up so you can get Sunburst, you can get Solar Flare. Is that her name?
I can look it up.
You know what? You can get the Crazy Waifu and the Stellar Flare. And also, of course, Crazy Father. Well, let's face it, you get all the crazy people of the town. Along with that, they've also started a new summer event where every day you're going to get a brand new prize for playing the My Little Pony Android game. And yeah, Firelight. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I am playing it right now. It's pretty much the same as all the other ones. So more ponies is always a good thing, really, in my opinion. And in case, finally, to the last little bit here. Well, second to last, there is one more thing. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic issue 70 is set to release soon. So we wanted to mention it again real fast, especially since it has the epic Bingo Champion and Extreme Bingo Champion Rainbow Dash.
I really like that cover. It's great.
It is seriously the most crazy cover.
It's awesome. It's like, that's so cool that you realize, oh wait, there's a bingo sheet right there.
There's a B70! What, B70? That's impossible! Okay, enough of the Dragon Ball references. But if you think that cover is a little too extreme, what is wrong with you? It also has a nice little one of Rainbow Dash flying with a bunch of bingo balls in her hooves and the Golden Girl knockoffs, just kind of watching. And also another one of just Rainbow Dash flying in the background with, once again, the Golden Girls. We all know who they are!
But really, we know which one you guys want.
But yeah, in all honesty, you want the cover. You want the cover. You want the Extreme Bingo cover. 5 Fantasy Flight. Moving on. And finally, TeePublic has another sale going on. Boy, are we getting used to this yet or what? But TeePublic,
So many.
another Labor Day sale this time because, yes, it is Labor Day. And we are doing a show despite it being a Labor.
US and Canada.
Despite it being the Labor Day, we are, of course, doing another show because we can. And, of course,
You're supposed to take time off. I've seemed to work more than I should have.
yeah, I've tried taking the time off once. It was awful.
Yep, me too.
But of course, the TeePublic T-shirts all come in a mass variety once again. Of course, picking out a few of my more favorite ones right off the bat here. Here is a Pinkie Pie portrait in a nice little dreamy state. Then we also have the I See Starlight Glimmer face. In all honesty, this is going to be the latest meme that we're all going to be talking about, isn't it?
That face is
I
just
see
something
Starlight
else.
Glimmer.
The Starlight Glimmer face.
That is like the most oh really face that could ever be on the body.
It was the most amazing face.
The way I interpret this face is not again.
And just because apparently we're gonna have to, the McFlurry Heart t-shirt. I'm just gonna
So
sit.
that's
I
either,
would wear
so
that as a uniform shirt just so I could get the joke.
here's the thing though. That's actually kind of disturbing.
I know, right?
I mean, especially with the horn sticking out of the top. It's almost like it's not even hiding it.
Yeah.
My personal
Yeah.
favorite, just out of the t-shirts that are being on sale, since most of them are, and it's not pony related, but everyone can get a good laugh. Cambodia Obliterate.
Moving on. And here we also have the Pony Friends t-shirt. Of course, it's just a simple t-shirt with a main 6 all standing side by side, but it's still cool and all. And
There's 2 different poses, and by the way, they have Spike on it as well.
yep. And we have the Best Friends t-shirt, which I think is actually just a cut off from an image that probably wouldn't should be ever on a t-shirt. I don't know. It feels like it's implying something. I could be wrong. I could be horribly wrong. I don't think I am.
What? Because
Um,
best friends?
You know what? No, it's there. It's there. You want to know why? Because there is clearly white there behind Rarity's arm, which means there is nothing there.
Yep. So, yeah, somebody got away with putting a t-shirt up that, in all honesty, is not the worst I've seen. I've seen some really interesting Japanese t-shirts, actually, especially the most recent cons. But this is definitely up there. And Phantom Starlight, because we need a Phantom Starlight. And Pony Bucks
Thank you
Coffee.
to Shelly D for joining our little YouTube thing. Appreciate you stopping on by.
It was awesome having you. And of course we got
I'm just...
Got Pony Bucks Coffee. We have Twilight Sparkle in a little pocket. And yes, it actually is in the corner where a pocket would be.
You getting this just so you can say I have a pony in my pocket.
Yep, you have a pony in your pocket, and you think your heart is gonna melt. There's a joke to that. Somebody knows that joke. Anyway,
I know it.
the many faces of Pinky Rose, which I think is an OC, but it is still funny.
Yeah, Pinky Rose. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I see.
And let's see, I think we just have some of the other ones that we talked about in last time. I mean, it wasn't too long since we did TeePublic already, so there's not a whole lot like background or backlash. Yep, we all got the same other stuff. So everything else we already shown, at least some highlights in those, but some good t-shirts, and everything is $14. So if you haven't been able to go to any of the pony conventions and you really wanted to get some pony t-shirts, go to TeePublic. I've actually bought a few t-shirts from them. They've held out pretty well. I love my Tenchi Muyo pony t-shirt. I wear that to anime cons all the time. Every time. In fact, I think I'm kind of a little infamous for it now. I don't care. I think it's fun. I love that shirt.
You have gone from the weird guy with the pony t-shirt to that guy goes.
We run a podcast. We're far beyond the weird guy with a pony t-shirt long ago. We crossed that road, we burned the bridge behind it, we grew grass on the other side, built the farm in a thriving community, and then we raised it with barbarians just because we could. That's how far along we've gotten at this point already.
And we yell over the burnt bridge saying, "Isn't it greener?"
Yes! We went over the other side of the bridge just so we could say that the grass was greener on the other side. That's how crazy we are at this point. We went far and beyond the call of, let's move on.
Again, people, I do this not to get his goat, but to energize him whenever he's feeling sleepy.
I'm not feeling sleepy, you're just getting my goat. Bah-ram you. Anyway, moving
Bah humbug.
on. Okay, so we had the challenge of the week of Ponies with Capes with the Protest Initiative challenge of Cotton Candy and DDR.
Dance Revolution.
Yep. And of course, we had once again a few entries to this wonderful, fun little challenge. Mainly Toa and Dr. Bristle. Unless I'm missing somebody.
Which one of us actually put effort into it?
I
Hey,
don't-
I put in a cape. It's behind all the car parts.
Oh! Oh, I see it. Deathlight does have one as well. Deathlight has one as well. So Deathlight immediately wins because everybody else, you guys do this every single week and somebody else needs credit.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
Plus, you know, I tore apart a car in the weekend too, so.
Yeah, he drew that while tearing apart a car. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to save his for last though. And let's go ahead with Dr. Bristle once again. Starting off. And Dr. Bristle, of course, we have the usual combination once again of pony creator models, a little bit of MS Paint, and of course the vectors that are being pasted in. So the regular hodgepodge once again. At least you can't fault Dr. Bristle for not being consistent.
Hey, he's got his own style going.
Yep. So Dr. Bristle dancing through a variety of music through the Daring Do Revolution. Okay, I gotta give him credit for actually coming up with something a little different there. Which includes Burn Baby Burn, Butterfly, Mookside. Okay, now he unfortunately just went right back to it. He could have made Pony joke once. He could have made Pony once.
Pun.
Pony pun songs, or at least things that were actually in the show or something like that. But fair enough, fair enough. And of course, Discord is apparently watching with Cotton Candy. Now, there is one thing I do want to throw out here real fast. I do got to give him some props for it, because he does use other people's assets and others' vectors and things like that. He does give him credit. He posts credit to what he's portraying, where the characters are coming from, and who made the vectors, which is an amazing thing to do. Granted, usually most artists are self-creating, so they don't need to post, or they don't have any credits or disclaimers or anything that they need to post. But the fact that he does use this stuff, but he does acknowledge it, I have to give him some props for that, because unfortunately that doesn't happen as often as it really should. So I'm giving props to Dr. Bristle for at least posting his sources and his basically who gets credit and all that fun stuff. And in case, then we have Toakoi, who posted me and him dancing with both of us wearing capes, and me apparently with cotton candy and a lot of balls in the background.
Actually, I based that off a Dance Dance Revolution thing called Candy. I don't know the exact thing. I just searched Dance Dance Revolution screen.
So
Came up with that.
So basically, this is the equivalent of what we would see on a screen, with us being the dancing models on the screen.
Also, fun fact, I reused your persona self and just modified it a bit.
Well, I guess I'll consider that an acknowledgement of what I just confirmed. So yeah. Right. Alright, and finally, we have Snowstorm by Deathlight Productions. Of course, there's no DDR or cotton candy, but we do have a pony working their way through the snow in a big cape, and it looks like a bit of a face mask going on. It kind of looks like bandages being wrapped around the face, though, but still.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was shooting for.
Oh, well, it works.
I could see it as definitely a ponification of Journey, you know?
Never heard of it.
Something like that.
Well, considering that they're in a snowstorm, I don't think Journey would qualify, but I see your point.
A snowstorm section of Journey.
I call that.
There is a snowstorm
I call that
section?
20 minutes good spent. Oh, words.
Words are hard, man.
Yeah, I only spent 20 minutes on that, so I'm pretty happy with it.
That's what it should be. It looks pretty good. And it definitely shows your art style has definitely been improving since the beginning. Alright, but yeah, I am giving it to Deathlight Productions because his art style is improving. Despite the fact that he did not do the protest initiative, I don't care. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, the people that would care about the protest initiative aren't here right now, now are they?
Unfortunately, they're not. CMC.
Hey, man, I was dancing around Tools all weekend. Does that count?
Fair enough. Okay. So, challenge for next week. Secret hobbies. We all know that ponies have their normal hobbies. They also have their not so normal hobbies. But what are the secret hobbies that they're hiding? What are those hobbies that they do, but they do it behind closed doors, hidden in compartments, locked away in caves, or do they actually don an entire mask and cape, hiding far, far away, 3 cities over where nobody knows who they are, in order to just do that one hobby that some might find strange and unusual?
Like Barry Punch being a lead lawyer in the city 3 states over.
Hold on. Hold on. Glass 4 is Glass 4 what? Okay, maybe I missed something in regards to Glass 4 there. It looks like he was trying to send or move or do something, but I don't know if he was mentioning it to us or something else.
Hold on, I'll look.
Alright, Glass 4, I'll keep an eye on the chat in case you're trying to message me something I might have missed, and I do apologize if that's the case. But yeah, for currently that.
He was talking about the Devil May Cry stuff, and probably vaguely creepy.
But yes, the secret hobbies, the unknown hobbies, the weird and strange hobbies. And unfortunately, we have nobody here in order to post about the protest initiative challenge. There is nobody here to talk about it, to bring it up.
What will we do?
There is not a single possible protest initiative challenge right here for us, and I don't think they're even paying attention anymore at this point.
It's your time to come in.
No, wait, hold on. Let me take a look into Cole's little thing.
Nah, we're going to go ahead and move on without them. If they're not here for the protest initiative challenge, it means somebody else must take the reins. So, we're going to go ahead. Deathlight Productions.
Uh-oh, put me on the spot.
Yes, it's pretty much what I do.
I heard something about protest initiative challenge as I sat down.
Ah, sugar
Yes.
cakes.
You
Okay.
can say, what is it?
CMC! Apparently Koldos is not here to initiate the protest initiative challenge. So, it is up to you now.
Hmm.
Cole said he's tired and we'll look into it.
So, I'm gonna go off of the current event in game and say something to do with Sire's Hollow. Just make sure that Sunburst ends up teased in some manner.
That's a really big door you're leaving open.
Yeah,
Remember, everybody, we try to keep ourselves at a PG-13 level. So we may be adult and unrated, but we do try to keep things at PG-13 level. So, you know what you can't do. So even though the door is ridiculously wide open for quote unquote Sunburst teased, you know what you can't do. Otherwise, anything is optional and open. Bullying Sunburst. That is one way you can tease him. Fluttershy in her closet licking stamp. Actually, that is an interesting idea for a secret hobby.
Okay.
Celestia baking cakes. I don't think that would be much of a secret hobby for Celestia, though, would it? Celestia baking cakes? Maybe baking pies, but not cakes.
Yes, she's secretly a pie fiend.
Oh, no, she secretly loves pies, or she secretly has a thing for ice cream. She only does the cake thing because people expect it.
But cake and ice cream kind of go together.
Well, yeah, but so does cake and ice cream and pie.
Not all together.
No, yeah, are you talking about? You got pie a la mode, man. There's actually a term for putting ice cream with pie.
I'm talking about like pie and cake.
Well, no, pie and cake don't go together at all.
Pie a la mode with cake.
No, it would not. Well, I got to admit, yeah, pie and cake don't seem to go as well together as ice cream goes with everything, doesn't it? Huh.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
it's like bacon.
Yeah, ice cream is the bacon of frozen desserts.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to talking about Crystal Mountain Ponycon, as well as setting up a tabletop simulator puzzle, which has already been going on right now. Of course,
Actually, we haven't done shit.
well, of course, we haven't actually started it. I mean, I have the server open so people can jump in if they want to start working on the puzzle. Now, of course, as the puzzle is being worked on, I am going to be talking about Crystal Mountain, as I'm the only one here that attended it. And
Sorry about that.
no, it's okay. It just is what it is. So I wanted to give people a chance to have fun both ways. I get back sick. No. Bad circuit. Don't even make that joke. Okay.
I can't see you on here, Circuit. Oh, there you are.
It'll appear.
Yeah, and is anybody else kind of pissed off that the update to I just like this is the first time I've seen the new update to Steam and everything. I couldn't just immediately join your game. It only gave me the option to launch the game.
Really? You can't just join off of me?
Apparently not anymore.
Okay, that is really stupid.
Unless there was something I overlooked.
Okay,
I wonder-
and
But
Yeah, I wonder if maybe it makes you launch the game and then join. I don't know.
okay, I know some of you aren't seeing the game yet. I'm working on that right now. Please bear with. There we go. Okay, so
and I think I'm the first one to put a piece if I can rotate it right.
right. Okay, so anybody? Oh, for the love of. Okay, who put that down? Never mind. It's Suki.
Yeah, I have too much respect for you, Circuit.
Oh, please. I don't believe you. Anyway, as that puzzle is going on, as I mentioned, we will also be talking about the Crystal Mountain Ponycon. So let's see. Okay. Sorry, give me a quick second here. Okay, main page. Which one is this? Restream chat window.
Okay, well this is definitely an edge piece somewhere.
Okay, news window at it. Whoops. There we go.
If it's Pinkie Pie, it's on the side, Suki.
Hang on. Well, hey, you know what?
I hit
There's
go
one
now.
problem with this setup and where I'm positioned. I can't. Hang on. I gotta turn around. Crap! I forgot how to rotate.
Okay, so I'm also gonna put
There
the
it is.
our little news window up here so we can show some pictures and stuff. But yes, unfortunately, Crystal Mountain Ponycon has had its sixth and unfortunate final year,
Yeah.
which it is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it's over here somewhere.
It is a bit of a shame, but unfortunately, this was also
It's probably gonna be a
to
little
be
better.
expected. Mostly because most people figure that their last year was actually last year. They had a big fifth year, and after everything that they literally threw everything out that they possibly could. They even got a big convention center that's used for some of the bigger conventions. And, you know, everything was laminated. The t-shirts were in excellent condition. It was really, really incredibly well done. That they figured that their fifth year was going to be their final one. And lo and behold, they did one more year. So now that we got the, let's get the initial Crystal Mountain page up here. Now, of course, as I mentioned, I did attend Crystal Mountain Ponycon once again, as I was wont to do until now, for obvious reasons, because it's no longer here. But yes, they went out with a pretty good bang, actually. It wasn't as big a bang as one would hope, but considering that they basically slapped everything together on a bit of a shoestring budget, no less. They did even get a couple of the show voice actors and actresses in. They had Peter New, they had the voice of Celestia, and Bacon Hair.
That would be Nicole Alva, and I forget Sunset's VA. The reason I know Celestia,
so-
yeah.
Isn't that Rebecca Sochette or something like that?
Yeah, it is
Rebecca
Sochette.
something.
Yeah, it is Sochette, yeah.
Or however the hell you pronounce her name. I apologize, but I really don't know how to pronounce your name. Why the hell was she listening to this?
Yeah, I don't know. If she is listening to it though, it is awesome that I loved how you were there. You were awesome. I just wish I had some. I only had one autograph voucher though when I went with Nicole Oliver because I had a really awesome picture that was also done by Tony Fleeks.
So yeah, it had to be autographed by her.
I had to get it autographed by her. Yes, it was impossible for me not to. It was absolutely required at that point. Anyway.
Also, the other thing I know why Nicole Oliver was there because of a Brony analyst by the name of Firebrand, aka Josh Scorcher, proposed to his girlfriend, RML.
Yes, Firebrand.
Oh, I saw that.
Firebrand was there and he did propose. I missed that unfortunately because literally as the opening ceremonies were going on, I was trying to get my bearings straight and get everybody into the convention. Because I was there with a couple of roommates, not my personal roommates, I'm talking about hotel roommates, that also needed some rides down there because of vehicle trouble and distance issues. But nonetheless, we all made it there in one piece.
Saw it on his YouTube channel after seeing it in his Discord, and I was just like, "Oh, sweet."
Yep. But moving right along here, the convention was held at the over at the Utah Valley Convention Center. Let's see if this will show up. Perfect, it will. Which actually was a really.
Size.
It was a decent size. It was a nice space, a couple of floors. In all honesty, we only took up the second and the third floor. And they actually did something really unique for the time, especially considering some of the recent talk that happened. I guess I might as well address the elephant in the room. A lot of you who may have been listening to Horse News or traveling through some of the more drama-related circles of the Brony community did hear about some of the unfortunate things that were being reported about Crystal Mountain Ponycon. Namely, the fact is that they had no money, that they were throwing as many vendors in there as humanly possible in order to pay for the con space and pay for everybody, and that everybody was, well, I wouldn't say freaking out, but some people were worried, but most of them were kind of wringing their hands with some sort of impish glee for drama that it would end up being another Unicon.
Las Pegasus?
Another Unicon or a Las Pegasus, if you will. I can assure you that that did not happen. None of the sort happened. Everything went through without too many hitches. Unfortunately, there were some problems. One of the big things that actually irked me the entire weekend was, unfortunately, they had the lighting in the convention area was weird. Because most they could ever figure out how to do the lighting is off and on. They could not turn off select lights. They couldn't dim anything down. And unfortunately, some of the projectors were not all that good. So they were very faded. That you needed to be really, really dark in order to actually see anything. But it also made it hard for some of the panelists. And even the main events hall had some issues. But that was only the biggest. That was the bigger gripe I had. However, you still could see what was on the projectors. You could still enjoy the panels. Another thing that was a little bit irksome for me as well, but I can understand, especially after seeing the convention area. They did have panels, but there wasn't a lot of panels. But at the same time, the convention wasn't a lot of convention either. This was still a very small convention, as it always has been. And they usually did conventions in hotels, in convention areas in hotels, which they would take up a few rooms, a few panel spots, and the main event hall, things like that. It usually wasn't very large, but it was still enjoyable for what it was. And this was just the same thing once again. Of course, getting off of the recent cusp of BronyCon to this, it was also a bit of a culture shock, especially since BronyCon you basically had 5 different panels going at the same time, with more than you knew what to do with, to a few panels going on and just a few of them that you may have been excited for. But it was still fun. And despite some of the misgivings, I apologize. Let me roll that down here. Was this the last con? No. This is not the last con for me this year. Is it the last pony convention this year? Yes. I am taking a long, deserved break for maybe about 5 or 6 months until the pony conventions start up anew here. But yeah, there are no more pony conventions that I'm intending to do for the rest of the year. However, for cons, no. Because as I mentioned, I am going to Salt Lake Fan Expo, which is literally 4 days from now. 4. So I am going to that. And I'm going to Anime Bonsai, which is a anime convention in Salt Lake that will be starting up near the end of October. Because I also like anime. I think it's fun. I'm kind of pissed that Food Wars ended in the way it did. I'm hoping they get one more season. I don't know if they will. I'm getting off of track here. Moving on.
This is now becoming anime talk.
No, it is not. This is not. This is Brony talk. No, I do love anime. Let's just make sure we make that clear. There are other conventions I will be going to though. But along with this, Crystal Mountain though, it had a good attendance. It wasn't like packed to the walls with people. I don't know how many people they had attending, maybe 150, 200. But they had enough that the main hall during the opening and closing ceremonies, it was filled to standing room in some cases. Which, in all honesty, that's the one thing you can always hope for. That at least during the opening and closing, you have standing room. You have standers by the end of it. So I think they were anticipating a smaller group. And along with that, they wanted to do their vendors right, especially after recent rumor and hearsay. Now, of course, as I mentioned, the rumor was that they were packing in vendors like sardines in order to try to get as much money as possible for the convention area. What they ended up doing was they made the vendor hall completely free for anybody. You didn't have to buy a pass. You could just go into the vendor hall without any passes or anything and just shop to your heart's content if you wanted. And yes, I did do just that at the vendor hall. I will be showing my cavalcade of merch here as well. But if the vendor hall was not packed to the gills, it was occupied. I'm not going to say that, there was plenty of spaces that you could drive a car through all of the stalls. No, that would be stupid. But, no, there wasn't...
Why is there a car driving?
There wasn't. I'm just talking. I'm talking in reference.
Well, if there's a car in the dealer's room, then it's probably a... Oh, fuck it. I was going to make a reference to the fact that they have a Pokemon VW Beetle at Anime Week in Atlanta every year.
Didn't they have a Twilight Beetle at one point?
Make that joke
well,
with
it was
the
a
fact
Twilight
that
Smart
there's actually
car.
a Spyro
Yeah,
car
the
now.
Twilight Smart car.
And that I was also gonna bring up the fact that I was at Houston Comic Palooza and there was the wow, I forgot the type of car, but it's the car from Supernatural was there. The original Batmobile.
9 Impala SS.
Impala, thank you. For some reason, I could not remember that it was an Impala.
Go on, you got a car guy sitting in the room. Just ask me.
Yeah, I've
someone from Kansas who has to like it due to the fact they represent how Kansans are.
All right. Well, and let me put it like this. I was able to walk through the hallways. Well, hallway. It was kind of just a shoehorn thing, but I was able to walk through the vendor hall with a giant Twilight Sparkle without getting into anybody's way.
Was it as crowded as it was last year? Because last year was way overcrowded, if you ask me.
It was crowded at some points, but it also got sparse as it went, so it had waves.
Okay.
Of course, the big waves were near the beginning of the days. Oddly enough, Saturday morning was actually a lot quieter, and then it got busier as the day went, so I think a lot of people just stayed up way late.
That's kind of what happens.
But yeah, no, the vendor hall was pretty well done. I can't say if the vendors actually managed to do some. I know some vendors sold out of some of their stuff. Traveling Pony Museum was there, who we're big friends with. We know the people of Traveling Pony. I did converse with them a little bit. Unfortunately, they did not break even, but they didn't expect to either. And this was actually a bit of a learning experience for them as well. So, in all honesty, I think they knew what they were expecting, but they were okay with it. But I think the other vendors actually did rather all right for the most part. In fact, some of the stuff did sell out, which is pretty awesome. I'm hoping that the vendors at least a lot of vendors were able to break even, if not make a profit, which is what I always hope for.
Yeah, my friend, which does the
Another
ponies.
thing, just again, I always bring this up. When I did Torben's thing for Catalog KC, back in how far you going with the merchandise into the cost? 800 people convention did not make me much money.
Speaking of which, Torben's stuff was there too.
Oh, to see him always was somebody a little bit more rotund.
It wasn't Torben. In fact, from what I understand, unfortunately, Torben was one of the casualties to... Actually, I don't know if he was a casualty to the rumors, because I know one or two vendors and probably a good chunk of people, unfortunately, decided not to go because of the rumors. But yeah, Torben's seller unfortunately did not show up, so apparently they were able to get another seller to combine his stuff with Torben's stuff and basically sell both, which was interesting.
Well,
Yeah, my friend Hobbs, he didn't go because he didn't get a letter or anything until the week of. So.
Yeah, that's the other thing. You gotta, if you're still doing the convention, you gotta plan everything accordingly.
Well, I'm gonna go. Yeah. Like I said, the Crystal Mountain did go off rather well. I can't say it went off without a complete hitch because unfortunately the one thing that always plagued Crystal Mountain Ponycon once again reared its ugly head for the last time. Which
What?
Communication.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big one everywhere.
Crystal Mountain, unfortunately, has had a really bad time with communication, which, unfortunately, I was able to be completely privy to during the 5th year, which I thought was the last, when I got me and Blinked were trapped in a gaming room for both days. Because we wanted to help, well, we were asked to help and we decided to do so, and unfortunately, again, communication was not there. And we were stuck in a room for quite some time because of that.
Yeah,
So
2 times I gone, people thought I was part of the security staff or part of the communication staff. It was kind of funny.
yeah, so yeah, as much as I would like to sing nothing but praises for Crystal Mountain, yes, unfortunately there has been some problems with it, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the communication issue, which is always the big problem. But unfortunately, and we'll never see a time with Crystal Mountain having its communication issues in gear now. But even despite the communications, they still pulled everything off. The convention was had, a lot of fun was had. Actually, I went to a couple of panels, including one about the main 6 neuroses. Basically, all of them are complete mental cases, and some of them are a danger to themselves and everybody around them. Pinkie Pie is apparently some sort of eldritch abomination overlord, which many spawns that she actually takes over at will.
That's not overly, and I do mean overly dramatic.
It's not. In fact,
It's not too far off from her either, so yeah.
Yeah. Along with that, I also learned how to do editing in regards to, unfortunately, Adobe editor, which, considering I have Sony Vegas, I might be able to incorporate some of it if I ever actually sit down and learn to work with editing. And the unfortunate thing, they actually had a showing, they were going to do a showing of the latest MLP episode, which I went to it. I worked really hard to make sure I got there on time, which I barely got there just as the opening intro played out. And as it did, they showed the Kieran episode. So now the thing is, I didn't know that the Kieran episode is actually next week's episode until they tried to play the next one, which happened to be Starlight and Trixie. The Starlight and Trixie road trip one. So yeah, I got a little annoyed at that because I'm trying my best to avoid throwing myself immediately into season hiatus once again. Which, yeah, that's a whole nother fun thing going on.
Refrain from using whatever word you just said that I don't know what it means.
Hiatus?
No, you described the episode with it.
Oh, with Shocky Unicorn thingies.
Exactly.
Master Race?
Actually, more like the Monster Hunter abominations that have driven many a gamer home crying. Seriously, they're in Monster Hunter. They're horrible. But
I just seen a bunch of GIFs of it and it looks absolutely amazing.
Not for next week, but for those wondering, yes, there are new ponies making OCs now, people.
they're not new ponies. They're new creatures. They just happen to have equine traits. Moving on. But yeah, unfortunately, Kieran has pretty much been spoiled by a lot of people. But I won't spoil what the hell happened. So there's that. But yeah, unfortunately, getting back on track, the quality of the episode. Well, there was a projector issue, which I already mentioned, where everything was washed out. So I have a good reason to watch the next week's episode again anyway. But the audio was also terrible. It had the same quality of somebody trying to record an episode of the show from across the room with a phone. It was bad. It was really bad. So I ducked out of that. I just noped out of that.
Yeah. Let me.
Do you know what happened?
I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know what happened with the recording. With the episode, I did watch it earlier today. And we'll watch it later today, too. But that's another thing.
Oh, this is a hat.
In any case...
I'm working on Spike over here, so...
Right. Getting back on track here, though. They also did have an awesome rave, which, unfortunately... The first part of the rave was a little bit slow, but it was done by... It was for Everfree Brony. And I forget who the next person was after them, but they took a while to set up, and I never felt so old in my life at that point.
Also, Circuit, the Kieran episode is actually a couple weeks away in the U.S.
Oh, God.
Episode 19 for Season 8 was Road to Friendship. Episode 20 is The Washouts.
Sweet.
For the love of pony princesses.
They've leaked way too much, and it's just...
No, it's not. It's not leaks. It's other countries airing.
Exactly. It's
worse. It's worse. Leaks at least can be attributed to jackasses and idiots. This is just other countries jumping ahead of the gun so that we all have to either try to hold our collective breaths or watch the episodes and get to that hiatus so much sooner. Of course, we have to watch it subtitled, but any case, but yeah, dragging the point back here. Yeah, I never felt older in my life because I basically Hank Hilled at the moment the second person came on. It was toilet sounds. There was no beat. There was no rhythm. It was just, it sounded like somebody basically mashing their fingers on a freaking soundboard with some sort of weird music and a lot of lights going on. And I'm just like, there's no rhythm. There's no beat. There's no downbeat. There's nothing to move to. There's no music. There was no music. I don't know what that was. And I'm seeing some people dancing around and I'm just sitting here. I feel it. I feel old now. I feel like that person that just doesn't get music anymore. I didn't want to do it this early in life. I wanted to at least be 60 before I started listening to dubstep like it was classic radio. Not when I'm 35. It's like, but apparently I wasn't the only one that thought that, but... Oh, good. But yeah, they did some other sets, but in all honesty, I couldn't exactly dance around and I was getting exhausted, so I did end up going back to the room and relaxing for the most part. However, I did see that they did record the entire thing onto Twitch, on both the Super Ponies Twitch, so that's pretty cool if anybody wanted to actually see it. Who was the artist stage name? I don't know. I don't know who it was. Let me see here. Okay, not special guest, maybe community guest? Oh, Looney. How I wish I had the same popularity you did.
Popularity?
to see
The
Pro-
ability to use props?
I said it, and I meant it.
Well, suck it. If a lot of us are going to BronyCon this next year for the last one,
I don't know who it was. If you want to try looking over the website, feel free to go to. Yeah. But getting back to the point though, admittedly there were some problems, there were some complications, there was some weirdness, and unfortunately I was also insane enough to say, Blanked, let's go ahead and get you over there because he's also friends with the people over at he couldn't be there for the whole convention, but he did want to visit the Traveling Pony Museum, so I said okay. We went up there, and he was able to visit, and I was able to have some fun and do my shenanigans. And then then we had to get him home because he did have work not that night, but the next night, and he needed to get a sleep schedule together. Plus, he didn't have a pass or anything, and I couldn't let him stay in the hotel room because the roommates complicate stuff, lots and lots of stuff. Stuff happened. DM12.
Taking a shit.
DM12. I advise that heavily. I was trying to get animations for the show today. Oh god, I got way too much spoiled just by a few clips and by a few screenshots, and I am so annoyed. Don't make the same mistake I did.
What's spoiled is Twitter.
Well, give it at least a few days. Most of that stuff should be buried deep in Derpy Boru by then. But anyway, back on track here. Getting back on track here, though. I did drive Blanked back home, and then I started to drive back up to the convention during rush hour, in traffic, between
For about 3 hours in traffic.
between two major cities. I was on the freeway for an hour and a half. My shin got cramped so badly that I was almost crying tears in horrible pain, lightly pressing on the gas pedal because we did not stop entirely, but we weren't going anywhere very fast. So I kept having to gas, brake, and that only aggravated the horrible crinching, twisted nerve feeling that I had in my leg.
Oh dear.
Yes.
That reminds me when I got hyperthermia and couldn't feel past my knees.
I can relate to that. I
was driving. It was horrible.
It was beyond horrible.
I feel like driving with lead slabs.
So I learned a lot about what not to do, and the fact that next time, if that ever happens again, I am waiting until either way early or way late, when nobody is on that damn road.
Well, you heard what I did to go down to Vegas, right?
Way early or way late?
Yeah, pretty much. I knew the schedule when I was going to be going through major cities and stuff, so.
I did it semi-early. I managed to avoid traffic for the most part until we got to Vegas proper, and then that's when we hit the construction traffic, which wasn't too bad because we were only 10 minutes out at that point, so it wasn't...
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I hit
what's wrong
Vegas
here.
at 4 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, that would do it too.
These shouldn't be on the wall there. Such that this actually goes to the edge of the eye out there, and these four pieces need to move in, I think.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see now. For some reason, okay, so
The
this,
edge of
this all
Pinky's
needs to
hair is weird.
All right, well, let me... Oh, sorry.
Oh, wait, is this? No, this isn't right. Wait, hang on.
I
I think this might actually go here.
These away.
Hang on.
That there.
There, I think that's correct.
okay.
What is
that's
this white?
what I have here.
Okay.
That's an eye. It should be an eye or yeah.
All right.
Then no, it's not
No.
correct. Fuck.
Nice
Okay.
Yeah, it goes.
It definitely goes next to the hair. Oh wait, so I think there. That's how that's supposed to be, kind of. So we need
Okay.
this to go.
Giant eyes?
I don't know. What the fuck is this?
Giant eyes.
What is that?
I mean, look at this. Look, there's eyelashes. There's the bottom of the eye. This has to make sense. I mean, okay, let's take that out and just go like here. So, that doesn't look right to me. No, actually, I think it is that. I think it is the way I had it. Because kind of look at the picture. It's, I mean, her eyes are not small.
Weird. I think we should start grabbing all the pinky pieces and
All
the turkey
right.
pieces and gathering them off to this side
Okay.
so that we can actually get things right.
Wait a minute. Does this go right here? Oh, damn it! No.
Oh, for
Drop.
crying out
Drop
loud.
where
Here
I-
you go.
Yes, that's
here's
it.
part.
Okay,
Here's
that's
part of our eye. Have fun with it. Okay, moving back on track here. Okay, so as
Oh, wait, actually,
You've
that
given
did
us
help.
something to do,
Stuck-
so yes.
Stuck it. And actually, that. Oh wait, that's not right. There, that's right. Okay, okay. There's a piece missing here. That's what I meant.
you're welcome. Anyway, getting back on. So for those of you who are been looking at the picture here for the last 3 minutes, wondering who the hell that was while we were waiting for a moment. Okay, that is actually Blanked, and like I said, he went with me to the convention. We decided to surprise Inky over at the Traveling Pony Museum with a gallon of cold press from a local coffee shop. Well, not cold press, just iced coffee, but it was cold. It was really awesome iced coffee.
Cold brew?
Colbert?
Was it cold brew?
I don't know if it was a cold brew, but it was an iced coffee. But I think it might have been cold brew. But yeah, it was in a big 1 gallon ice glass jug that you can refill constantly, which is really awesome. Of course, it's a local coffee place, so yeah, they're not going to be able to use it anymore.
No, that's Twilight.
That's.
And along with that, yeah, there was that. Blanked Mind does still have his Applejack that he got several cons ago. That also has a habit of falling off constantly, which we have a lot of fun with. But yeah, Blanked did join me on that first part of the con.
Oh.
Now here come the pictures. Okay, here's also a quick look at the Applejack once again with the cold pressed coffee. Now, of course, I did what I'm starting to do at every convention I go to now, which is I wallpapered the door with a bunch of pictures of ponies. Of course, you can see some of the silly ones here. You got either ones with just silly images or ones with silly captions. But in either case, a lot of fun, silly ones that were well enjoyed. In fact, apparently the hotel staff had a big kick out of a lot of them that we did post up there.
Here, that shouldn't.
And of course, as I mentioned before, we did also have Giant Twilight Sparkle with us because I bring her every single time I went to these cons. So this was the last one. It was required. So of course, we also got a few glamour shots of Monster Twi here on the bed. That's right. You can all be jealous. I have a giant Twilight in a bed.
I can't see it,
There's
but
Derpy here.
I've only got one screen to work with here.
Ah, that's a shame.
Does this go here?
And
No.
That too.
Or does it? No.
Of course, it's only now I realize that ear got a little messed up. So
Wait, I
yeah.
think that's in the wrong place, maybe. So, does this go here?
Also,
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
it's fixable.
Also, now this is weird. This is really weird because I saw a couple of these around the convention hall, and I don't know what they are. But essentially, somebody was drawing a minimized Twilight Sparkle with a bunch of drinks, I think. But she was naming a bunch of drinks, and I don't
That matches that.
I don't know why. It's apparently a joke of some sort. It's a meme of some sort, but I don't know what it is.
I think it might be. Remember Mending Fences? How she was able to go into that book.
I don't think that's it, but I see your point there.
What does it say on it?
It had a bunch of different drinks, but essentially, let's see, cookie, cotton, Reese's, frappe, mint, chocolate, mango. And everything is crossed out except for 2 frappe, 2 chocolate, and there's also 1 banana. So I have I have no idea what to think of that. And of course,
I think
here's
someone took one of those and used it for a drink order and then just left it.
I would think so, but they were all over the place. It wasn't just there. There was a few of them. I only got the picture of that one though. So, and I've also some on the Discord group for Crystal Mountain as well. So I think there's a joke. I just didn't get it. Along with that, there was also a limited edition print here of Crystal Mountain Ponycon. Of course, this one I really wish I had gotten, but it's too late now. But my friend did get this. This is the con mascot Salt Lick with the three voice with the Peter New, Nicole Oliver, and Bacon Hair.
Oh yeah.
Rebecca Shot.
Shoshe?
Shoshay. We'll go with that.
Is
Shoshay.
it so Sherry?
I wouldn't.
Voice of Waifu.
Yeah. Well, no, Twaifu is Tara Strong.
No, singing voice.
Oh, okay then, fair enough. But yeah, I thought the image was cool, but I didn't realize how cool it was until too late. You know, one of those not buyer's remorse. But I did get some pretty cool stuff. Now, of course, you can see here I got a an awesome little badge here of basically a Darth helmet in ponified form because good is dumb.
Let me guess, Silver Quill.
Yeah, Silver Quill.
Oh,
And
yeah,
also
that's
I got the lanyard for Crystal Mountain. And you can see on the left side I got all of these 5-year badges. Apparently on the table just outside of the rave they were giving away a bunch of last year's stuff that they just didn't want to store anymore. So I managed to get pretty much all of the badges that they had
That's great.
in there. In fact, I found a Crystal Shearling badge, which I did not see another one in all of that box. So that's kind of interesting. And here's a funny thing. Now this is a funny one. You can see that rainbow participant ribbon. Now, what happened at closing ceremonies when they were doing the final announcements, they were giving their thanks to everybody involved. They even gave thanks to volunteers and people that helped out with Crystal Mountain. They were going through names pretty much like that. And for some reason, they called my name.
Well, you helped, didn't you?
Actually, I did help out in the previous years, and oddly enough, this year I did donate a good chunk of money to help them out, as well as, and this is a weird thing, and I didn't tell this to anyone, except I'm going to say it now because it's kind of too late to do anything about it or have anything happen, just because I kind of was curious. I was somehow in their Slack group for the convention staff, too. I wasn't exactly involved, but I was in their Slack group, and they did communicate a little bit with me here, but it said I wasn't exactly like a vital role, but I did help out when there was some communication issues, just because it caught my attention, and you know, I wanted to try to help make the year at least a little bit clearer. So, near as I could tell, I think it's because I just did those little side things, and I was kind of like their hidden angel in the background, that I got a ribbon out of nowhere, which I was not expecting, which was cool. It was really cool. Though I do admit I had a bit of a weird imposter syndrome thing going on while I was going up there. But yeah, I got that stuff. And here are some of the prints that I did mention that they were giving away for free from last year. Actually, I think one of them was from this year too, the Nicole Oliver one. But yeah, they were all Pixel Kitty prints, which is really awesome. I love Pixel Kitty's artwork. Michelle Krieber, Andrea Libman, Gabriel Brown, or Black Griffin, if you will. And now let's...
Black Griffin is one of the early Brony success stories because he was a fan, and suddenly now he makes stuff for the show and is a fan.
Yep. Now let's go ahead and talk about all the other merchandise I picked up. First off, I got an awesome little Twilight Sparkle Minky pillow. It's actually a pretty good sized one. There's also, here's the hilarious thing. I also got the print of the Bacon Hair voice actress from last year, but I did not get her name in the picture either. So it cuts off the name.
No.
That's true. But I also did get a Ponies of the Caribbean print for free from Sea Bronies, which was pretty cool. Of course, I would love to go onto their sea trip, but it's $500, and I have to actually get somewhere to go on the cruise. So, yeah, it's one of those. It's a sun dream. If it might happen, it might happen, but I'm not trying for it. Just to put it bluntly.
Yeah, because it's like 500 initial, then you got to pay for a rental parking spot, then you got to pay for.
Not only that, did you know you pay double if you're going by yourself?
I don't know if double by yourself, but
Kinda makes sense, though.
Well, basically, never mind. It's too complicated.
in any case, it would be a bit of a chore to get out there, and as awesome as it would be, I think that might be just something outside of the insanity range here. Along with that, I got a limited edition Crystal Mountain Ponycon print, which was pretty awesome. This was actually drawn by Tony Fleeks. Along with that, you can see that I also got two Tony Fleeks prints as well. One of them with Twilight Spark with the main 6, and then alternate universe main 6, where you basically have alternate versions like the Power Ponies Rainbow Dash, Future Twilight Sparkle, kind of a Bandito, Applejack, Pinkamena, Nightmare Rarity, Flutterbats, Greed, Spike. And as I mentioned, I did get a print signed by Nicole Oliver, which is the Celestia and Nightmare Moon print right here, which is pretty awesome. And of course, she signed it to my faithful student Josh, and it probably
that's me. That's me.
All right. But it probably also helped that the person that was handling Celestia actually knew who I was and said I was a good friend and and all that stuff. So yeah, I got sung praises to Nicole Oliver, which almost sent me into horrible blushes. It just is awesome but terrible too. And of course I got some prints from the blah blah blah. All of you know the blah blah blah. The Traveling Pony Museum. Got a Celestia as Okami. Twilight Sparkle leaping through portals and knocking out the White Rabbit in the process, which I thought was hilarious. I also got an awesome Christmas Twilight Sparkle, which I kind of wanted to get one just so I could have a holiday print up for the holidays. Duh. And a Trigian print. Now, some of you may know early in the Brony Show career when we actually interviewed different Bronies, Trigian was one of our interviews, and he actually was on our show as he was painting the Secret World image of Pinkie Pie showing all of the other main 6 a big star-filled sky with shooting stars. And that whole interview and that image left a huge impression on me. So when I saw that Traveling Pony did have Trigian prints, and they also had that one as one of them, I had to get it. That's just something that really holds a deep connection to me and everything with the Brony community, including the show that we do here now. So it was very important for me to get something like that. Along with that,
Basically reminds you of a time when this was all just for fun, and now you've made so many friends. It's like this is what made my life a little bit better.
It's still for fun, but yeah.
Why haven't you interviewed me yet?
Now, of course, you can see I got a lot of Starlight Glimmer stuff as well. I got 2 coffee cups of her staring, one in an office, one of her staring face, or at least part of it. I got one of her with Starlight had enough of your shit caffeinated hot chocolate. I also got I think it was Tea Fox or Fox Tea, Artwork Tea Twilight Sparkle, which was a really awesome image, and also a starry bag, which was from Fiora the Tank Girl. Actually, so was the tin can, and that coffee cup too.
Oh, did she have like any more of the wine bottles and stuff?
Oh, she had a lot more. They were so. Actually, funny you should mention that. I also got the flask.
Right on.
I also got the Luna coffee cup. There is the Prance shirt that I got for free. Well, not for free. I got it to my Crystaling pass. Essentially, I got the Crystal Mountain pass that also guarantees that I get a T-shirt. Got a little pony's taste of rainbow print there. I got a magnetic Twilight Sparkle car magnet essentially that you can stick on a car. I also got a few pins of Stable Tech, the Traveling Pony Airship, the Twilight Sparkle books, a sun, a Celestia and a sun, and also Dusty Cap. Because he saw the button cape that I was wearing for the first day of the con and convinced me to buy a pin. And also the flask.
Oh, I didn't know Dusty Cat was selling pins.
He sells pins, yeah.
Yeah, he sells pins, the guitars, and all that other fun stuff.
Oh, and he's technically on BronyCon staff.
True.
Yep.
And also, I got a My Little Assassin's Creed, not a bag,
Pillowcase?
pillowcase, thank you. I was trying to say bookcase, and I knew that was wrong. Pillowcase. And Fallout Equestria's on the other side. I think I have a picture of that. Also got a few...
One of those last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the exact same one from last year.
Yeah, it's really awesome, though. But I also got a few Shipfic folder cards. I got Daydreams and Sweet Dreams, a Celestia and Luna pack. There was also a Shipfic folder of Dragons. The Dragon Shipfic folder, which could be played separately or mixed in. Also had a Ember special con-only trading card. Along with that, I also got a few buttons. And, of course, these are, again, from Silver Quill. I got 5 of the main 6 because he ran out of Applejack, and that's kind of be on a bit of a special order. I also got a the one rainbow maned one. I forget her name. Lightning Bliss. Got a Lightning Bliss button there. I also got a button of pretty much a ton of different community analysts in one button thing. Of course, Starbucks coffee, a few pony buttons you can see down there. Here's the Fallout Equestria side. And here is the con exclusive bag that I also got. And along with the two vinyl stickers of Salt Lick and Salt Flats. And 2 stickers I also got from Traveling Pony. And a special, very, very special sticker. In fact, I was sworn to secrecy on this sticker. That I cannot show anybody what this sticker is. In fact,
So here it is.
actually, I decided at this point, you guys are my special friends, and I want to show you what this sticker is because I think you should buy it. They actually have it on their Etsy right now, and you can buy it. So I'm going to show you the sticker. Don't let anybody know, okay?
Okay.
All
When
right.
they ask who sent you, do not say.
All right. So here's a sticker.
I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Oh,
Oh,
I blocked
Wait.
myself.
Waiting.
Sorry, it looks like I blocked myself on that one.
hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, I'm blocked. I blocked myself. I can't show you the sticker apparently.
Everything attached to the top row from here over needs to move over one.
And, of course, one funny thing. Here's actually a little funny story. When I was picking up Twilight Sparkle, I actually lent her to the Traveling Pony Museum for a few hours at their request to kind of show off and let people get their attention. And I was picking up just as the vendor hall was about to close.
Yeah. You know, I just had a thought. We could have multi-selected like all this.
Yeah,
We need to.
No, at this point it's gonna just fuck it.
Any case. But yeah, I actually was approached by a person that was selling dream catchers. And they're just like, wow, that Twilight Sparkle is huge. Hey, let me put a dream catcher on it. And she put a dream catcher on Twilight Sparkle's horn.
Put that back. Put that there. Oh, it's going down there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And of course, the funny thing is, after she put it on the horn, it's like, you know what? Go ahead and take it. It looks good on her. So I got a dream catcher for free, which is pretty awesome. But I also felt kind of bad for the person that was selling them because it looks like she had a lot of dream catchers on her table. But a little free advertisement, and I got a free dream catcher, so I'm not complaining. It was really awesome. It's a nice dream catcher too. And that is about it. That is it for Crystal Mountain. In all honesty, it was a fun convention, especially since I helped it get started by donating $1,000 several years ago after I bought my house, and I actually had it 1 month without having to pay my mortgage. So I had $1,000 extra, and I donated it to get Crystal Mountain started. So in all honesty, seeing it close off after 6 years is kind of bittersweet for me. I mean, at the same time, I probably helped make sure that it was able to go on for 6 years. But also seeing it shut down even despite efforts to keep it going. It kind of sucks, you know? But, yep, that is it for the Crystal Mountain Pony talk. And while they're doing the last little bits of puzzle that they can here, we're also going to talk about the episode On the Road to Friendship. Or how in the world can we possibly ship these two ponies any more closer than they already are?
In the bedroom area, it's kind of like they are just one slip away.
They pretty much are, aren't they? But yes, this was an episode of Trixie and Starlight Glimmer taking the act on the road to go to Saddle Arabia and show off their magic. Of course, when you mention Saddle Arabia, there is one big important thing you have to remember. That Saddle Arabians are basically the equivalent of actual horses in the pony universe. They are huge.
As close as they want to get, anyway.
As close as they want to get, yeah. I
haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna get going.
Okay.
We'll
be showing it as a coffee house after party. So try to join us for that at least if you want.
I'll see if I'm still coherent enough.
All right. Well, you better hurry up then.
Okay.
And just saying this right now, we never get to see Saddle Arabia as a whole. Probably like a town or two, but not as a whole.
Not even a town or two, in all honesty. It looks like they were doing some places down south where Daring Do actually was. They went to the Daring Do town.
I was about to say, to be perfectly honest, the hotel that they stopped at, that was a completely reused asset.
Now, I'm going to just say that they were literally in the same town that Daring Do was in.
They were in Somnambula. They say that.
Yep, they were in Somnambula.
Okay.
So they did get to Somnambula, but we never actually got to see any of the Saddle Arabia areas. So basically, we got to the equivalent of a town in New Mexico that's basically mostly full of anyway.
What?
But the one thing that throws me completely off is the fact that I thought Saddle Arabians were just basically the horses. So the fact that you have some with horns is interesting.
Building circuit.
Let's see. If you have pictures that you want me to show of this episode, please be sure to post them either in the chat room. Okay, so yeah, in the chat room, or post them into the into the Discord chat or in the IRC chat, Twitch chat, whatever you got. I'll grab them as I can. But yeah, a lot of fun images came out of this, including Trixie as Draw Me Like One of Your French Mares. I saw that coming a mile off. Of course, there was also a lampshade joke about the seasons right now, where they're singing for untold seasons yet to come, for 9 at least. So yeah, a little knock on the fact that the little knock that they were at least going to season 9 of MLP. And of course, probably the most epic way of transporting a carriage I have ever seen. Literally swinging it down through a goddamn grass vine. I mean, seriously, Trixie, what the hell?
It's the power of the music.
And of course, we also see Trixie getting involved in her deep desire to become a flower. Fluttershy wants to become a tree, Trixie wants to become a flower. And of course, she also tries to smoke out Starlight Glimmer. And of course, there's this, which pretty much goes with anything that we just watched that we wonder what the hell we just did. And also, I want to talk about the best character to come out of this episode.
Oh, that's part of
Starry the Star. Starry the Star. He needs his own video game at this point. Or his own animated series. He'll just look at you staring through the screen. Actually, did anybody even name this guy yet?
Why is the loom so scary from Super Mario Galaxy? Why is it so scary?
It's the amazing Starfy's not so amazing cousin.
There we go. It's his cousin, Derpo. No, that's too stupid. Starry?
Why can't I find this one piece? Fuck. I know exactly what it should look like, and I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for this piece that should go right here. It should pretty much just be mainly, unless am I just looking at this piece stupidly?
And of course, we also
I
got
was being stupid.
we also got the friendship chant or attempt at one between Starlight Glimmer and Trixie. Seriously, this was horribly painful.
Because I'm not sure what it is. I can tell that's part of Derpy. I can tell that's part of Derpy and Fluttershy. I can't tell what that other piece is.
Wait, no, I think this one does go into this area here. Can you see how there's some blue starting here? So I think if we turn it this way.
No.
I wasn't trying to drop it there.
No, hit Alt. It is pointing to the left.
All right. And one thing I have to point out about this episode, what the hell is wrong with Starlight Glimmer? I mean, in all seriousness, you trade your friend's caravan for another one. I mean, it's not even your caravan, for crying out loud, and you traded it. I mean, seriously, usually Trixie is the idiot, but Starlight Glimmer, wow.
This time she's the idiot.
She's a
Yeah,
big
she
idiot.
got hit with the idiot stick.
She got smacked with the idiot stick. Wait, did Trixie actually do a moonwalk?
Yes.
Oh my god! I must have missed that.
Yes, it goes by.
And of course we did get the Sunshine dance once again. And why is everybody else is looking extremely concerned at this? I mean, Trixie and Starlight back away, and we can even see Flurry Heart just staring at the top of Cadence's head like, what the hell is going on here?
Oh yeah, that fits.
Yeah. Basically, Circuit saw her mother and her aunt do something that is like, what are they doing? You're embarrassing me.
Right. But of course, I also got one of the best images of stubbornness. Actually, I'm gonna call it the drama picture.
Doesn't go there.
Yeah,
Just-
I wasn't sure.
Somebody is
Is that right?
somebody's just laying around
No,
freaking
those
around.
Those eyes don't go together, it seems.
Yeah, I think that one is over here actually. I do think that one is over here. There's actually, yeah, you
But
can see the
that-
start of her mouth right here.
But then what's this
Same Circuit.
Oh yeah.
that mark on the tip there? What is that there?
I think it starts into the. Hang on. I think I. Is this? Wait. No. Let me see here.
Wow. And of course, we also got the you failed at everything image. Literally, it's just every single mission failed screen that everybody could throw into a scene all at once. It's a lovely piece of work right here.
That is
The other eye there.
Okay.
Yeah. But some people have said because of episodes like this and of course like Hollow Saya with Trixie and Sunbed.
Actually, wait. No, I think that goes like right there.
Now complain, well, why doesn't Cadence have her own specific episode that wasn't?
I think there's a piece missing across here.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Well, just to jump into this, Chaos Sakai, unfortunately, due to the fact that YouTube is really extremely very aggressive about their flagging nowadays, and in order to avoid basically getting our YouTube stream blocked again for 90 days, we decided that we're going to just talk about the episode, show some images.
Yeah, so there's more space at least.
And then afterwards, we will be showing the episode, but we'll be showing it in the Coffee House After Party on Vaughn TV and Ustream. Or at least the moment both of them it's in just Vaughn TV. But we are saving the episode for the Coffee House After Party because of YouTube and copyright issues.
Actually, this might... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the face does go swooping down right there.
But yeah, in all honesty, I like the episode. It was fun. It was silly. It was campy as hell. And in all honesty, I know so many road trips where, yeah, you would be ready to kill the person after a few nights of bad sleep and somebody blowing their money on a falafel.
Yep.
But seriously, I mean, how in the world do they not budget for a lot more money, especially for accidents or something? If the point that a falafel is literally enough to break you, that's a problem.
Yep.
That's not a very big budget right there.
There we go.
You know,
Yeah.
Anime that had bigger budgets than that.
Okay, this piece was upside down.
Alright.
I went up there. There was just a piece of gray, and I was like, "Oh, that might be part of Derpy." I pick it up. It turns over, and it's yellow. I'm like, "Oh."
Well, unfortunately, it's time to get to our video segment, so we're gonna have to say goodbye to the puzzle.
Hang on. I got one more. Hang on, I found another piece of Derpy.
All right.
Hang on. Crap. Where does it get? I think it goes right here. No. Oh wait.
Bottom parts of the eyes.
There we go. Wait. Yeah, that's gonna be her mouth right there. In fact, wait, is this actually the mouth right there? No. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought that was like Angel Bunny holding a carrot. For some reason.
No, Angel Bunny is like up here in the background.
Yeah. Well, I just
with
mean
nothing.
like the coloring stuff. So I don't know why. I wasn't paying attention to the actual picture, but oh well.
I'm glad that the puzzle theory works so well with this. All right. Okay, everybody, puzzle pieces down. We're gonna have to save this for another time, unfortunately.
Actually, well, I mean, we're definitely gonna finish it next time. I mean, we've got like, man, how much of this is done? This is like over 50%.
Oh no, yeah, you'll be done in a heartbeat next time. Though you got but I'll have another puzzle ready to go too.
Yep.
I got plenty of images. Thank you, Coal Dust. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and save the puzzle here real fast. And then we're gonna go ahead and move on to the videos of the week. And all right. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your perspective, we no longer have Equestria Girl videos. So we'll be diving right into Brony content.
What, is YouTube flagging those
My
two?
little ponies.
No, they're just done.
No, we finished them.
They finished them. There's no more left.
For now.
Well, we caught up with them.
We actually caught up with all of them. I can't say that there won't be more. Hopefully there will, but if they're not, they're not. But hopefully there will be.
We gotta love the Choose Adventure style that they're doing nowadays with Equestria Girls.
Yeah. Oh.
All
I was
right.
about to say. I was wondering why the hell I was seeing John Cena's Titantron.
Yeah. There we go. Got Particle Mare. Alright. So we'll get some more images up here, but let's start off with the Heartswarming Club in a nutshell. Starting in 3, 2, 1,
Yay, hearts warming. Everypony gets to go home for the holidays.
Yeah, let's go, Pack.
Oh no, some pony covered our tree in something.
Oh no, it's Welch's delicious Concord grape jam.
I think it's actually
grape
Smucker's
jam.
delicious Concord grape jam.
I don't care what brand of jam it is. We need to find out who did this.
Welch's.
Smucker's.
It's Welch's, no, it's Smuckers.
One of you smuckered up our tree.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
Do you have any proof?
No.
So obviously one of you did it.
If no one confesses, we will keep you all at school against your will with no holiday. Now start cleaning.
What the hey?
Dallas, come to the interrogation room.
Did you cover the tree with Welch's jam?
Oh no, I don't want to miss hearts warming.
Ocelot, come to the interrogation room.
Do you cover the tree with Smuckers?
Oh no, I don't want to miss hearts warming either.
Sandband. Do you smucker up the tree?
You smuckered up the
No,
tree.
I don't want to miss ya, Quinza.
Livestream. Are you the Welch?
Oh no, I don't want to miss Dragon Queen.
Smodler,
Nona,
come to the
interrogation room too.
Oh no, I don't want to miss Hippogriffsmas.
Well.
Looks like nobody confessed to being the Welch.
We will return shortly.
Crap. You should be glad you even get holidays.
But don't Griffins get holidays too?
Not really, we all hate each other, sad face.
No,
I
we
wanted to
just
spend
kind of
a
suck.
holiday with you instead.
OMG.
So what you're saying is, it was me. I'm the smucker.
Gasp.
Called it.
Now you have to spend your holiday stuck at school, Al.
We will stay here with you.
Yay.
Oh, how nice. Now back to cleaning.
It's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Instead of treating.
Also, something interesting I learned about the name Ocelis.
And now, totally legit recap.
I know, of course, that Twilight is saying, Spellvenger Hunt, Spellvenger Hunt, as in a combination of spell and scavenger hunt. However, the first time I watched this, that is not what I heard. That V is not very well enunciated, and it sounded like an M to me, so I could have sworn she was saying spell minge or hunt. I cannot unhear it. That is just what it sounds like in my head now, and anytime anyone mentions
Yeah, it's
spell, I
completely
think
messed up, and you're all gonna have to deal with it.
school looking for big, hairy, magical vaginas. And now it's in your head, too. If I must suffer, you will all suffer with me. That is kind of the theme of this channel, I think. Anyway, here we go.
Celis was once thought to
So-
be special cell cells
I didn't have a beer to
in
crack open. All
in,
I have
plants
is empty beer
that
cans,
could
so
see.
I thought I'd crush one instead.
Basically,
but
the
I think
eyes.
I just cut myself. Okay. I got more beer.
Okay, yeah, this is the reason why we are an adult-rated
listen
stream.
up. We're gonna have a spellminger hunt.
Is that a pony thing?
Anyway, I'm gonna switch you into pairs, and you're gonna go find some minges. Question. Yeah, changeling girl. It's Ocelis. I'm gonna forget that again in a week, but what's your question? When are you gonna stop milking this one shitty joke? When are you gonna grow fucking personality? Ouch. Wreck. Shut up, Ember Jr. I still can't even tell if you're a chick or a dude. Oh yeah, also, I haven't done the episode where Spike gets his wings yet, so if you're one of those types out there who don't really watch the show anymore and just get your updates from fan content, then yeah, that happened. It's episode 11. You should definitely go watch it and then fucking hang yourself. Anyway, Twice like, alright, you two, Gallus and Gabby 2.0, you're the first team. What's the problem? I think they'll make a good pair. No, I see how it is. You know, just we both look like bird things, right? Just throw all the beak fags together and shuffle them out of the building. White pony racist? Okay, everybody back the fuck up. I am not a... So, Twilight gets a booty call and the gals are like, great fucking job, Twi. You just had to say something stupid. Now the entire teaching staff has to go to sensitivity training. I'm not a racist. I swear, nobody even let me explain. Twilight, just play along and take it up the ass before this gets on the internet and we all lose our fucking jobs. Anyway, Purple has to leave someone in charge while she goes away for a little re-education, and oh my stars, look who it is. And Gloomy's like, dude, I'm flat out telling you this is a terrible idea and I will fuck it up. But Twiggy's all,
You're the perfect choice. You're a good leader and an expert in friendship.
nothing you just said is true. Now, Starlight, what do I always tell you about being confident in yourself? That it doesn't matter if I am or not, because you could still charge me for all the crimes I committed, so I'm your bitch forever, just like Spike. Exactly, now fucking do it, you ungrateful slut. Don't worry, Starlight, free will is overrated. So, at this point, I'm thinking like, sweet, time for a nice help and a good old glim glam shenanigans with some Spike on the side. I like
Well,
these
don't
two
say anything.
together. Spike doesn't have the sort of little brother manservant relationship to Glimmer that he does with Twi and the rest of the gals because they're both butt slaves. They treat each other like equals, and if anything, Spike gets to be the advisor for once. Surely this will be a contender for my favorite episode of the season.
What could possibly go wrong?
You said it!
No fun allowed. Never mind. You know, Discord's role in this show is meta as fuck for me. He doesn't just show up and ruin the pony's day, he shows up and ruins my day. I don't have very many good days, alright? I look forward to this shit. This is what keeps me going throughout the week. Hold on, maybe this could be okay, right? Granted, Discord is still far from my number one choice if I happen to be in Ponyland looking for someone to hang out with, but after that whole Fluttershy tea party incident last season and getting to see the world through his eyes for a minute, I've been feeling a little warmer towards the guy lately. I will give this a chance, and maybe he won't fuck it up. No, he's fucking it up! He's fucking it up! I'm just thinking, if Glimmer went walking around wearing that wig, no extra effort, just exactly like this with the hair hanging out and everything, how long do you think it would actually take before someone even looked close enough and realized she wasn't Twilight? Anyway, Douchecord pulls his usual act and fucks everything up, so Glim Glam has to call in the cavalry, and oh, Trixie, you're back. You're finally back. You see, guys, you can't evade the law forever. All those years of illegal back alley firework dealings and smoking shards finally caught up to poor Trixie, and over the past 10 months, she's been paying her debt to society at the Canterlot Correctional Friendship Dungeon. But now, finally, Glimmy's been able to use her government connections to get Trixie into a work release program, and another display of the blatant nepotism in practice at this institution has gotten her a cushy job teaching here at the School of Friendship. Also, hey Spitfire, why you looking at me like that? Huh? Sorry, sweetie, I could never date you. I mean, you seem like a really cool chick, but you got that like annoying, raspy, gargly voice, and you're always yelling. I can't stand people like that. And so we finally get our first Trixie scene of the season, but surprise, Charlie Chucklefuck shows up and ruins it. And Trixie's like, hey, get that banana out of here. It's going straight up your ass. No magic, no lube. Hey, as long as we can take turns, I'll even set it to vibrate.
No fruit in my ass.
Actually, this was kind of funny.
Anyway, Glimmy finally gets as sick of Discord shit as I am, and she's like, give me a reason, dude. You're gay. Well, I think we're back in the running here, guys. And so, Glimmer does some first-rate guidance counseling and guides her foot straight up Discord's asshole. And these guys are like, wait, that was just like a temporary ban, right? No, he's dead. And Spike's all, man, that was maybe disproportionate retribution a little bit, but Possibly. Okay, maybe I got caught up in the moment a little bit, but like, do you think anyone's really gonna be broken up about it? Well, you did just kind of ruin my D&D nights, but yeah, probably no one except Fluttershy. I mean, she's always hella depressed anyway, right? So, no harm, no foul. Bruh, if Twilight hasn't chopped your horn off by now and left you to rot in a dungeon, I don't see how this would be the tipping point. Now come on, we got a spell twat hunt to run. Yeah, I wish. Anyway, despite being completely and utterly 100% justified in murdering Discord, Glimmy, for some inconceivable reason, feels like a dick about it, and so Discord's restless spirit latches onto her emotional vulnerability and returns from beyond the grave to torment the faculty and students of the Friendship School. And she's all, fine, you can be alive again if it's such a big deal. Jesus Christ. Thanks, most people prefer to exist, even I know that. Listen, man, I'm sorry, okay? I finally understand why you're acting like this, and, you know, the obvious answer is, fuck you, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it does. That's the whole lesson of the fucking thing. No, the real lesson is that I'm a fucking idiot for ever getting mad in the first place. I've known you long enough to understand what your life is like, and you're a lonely, insecure, pitiable person. All this bullshit you constantly pull is like the screeching of a neglected child so starved for attention that he doesn't even care if that attention is a beating. At least it's proof he exists. Lacking empathy towards something that pathetic makes you equally pathetic. And at this point, anyone who still has a massive hate boner for you is just as petty and childish as you are. Like the guy who made this video? Exactly. Fuck that guy.
Alright, now we got My Little Pony Draw My Life.
Hey, fun thing.
So, you're actually going to learn something here for the next 5 minutes, everybody.
It's an entertainment franchise born in the 80s as a toy line, but it has grown so much that it's become famous all around the world. They even have several movies, TV series, and video games. These figurines have the shape of a pony. Their bodies of different colors with long mane and a different symbol on one or both of their sides, called cutie mark. With time, they have been updating the brand with new lines and new characters, including unicorns and Pegasus. It all started in 1981, when the illustrator Bonnie Sackerly and the sculptor Charles Musinger designed a new toy for the multinational Hasbro, called My Pretty Pony. It was a pony figurine of a coffee color with white spots, 25 centimeters tall. It came with small brushes, a cowboy hat, and a blanket, and it could move its ears, tail, and wink. The first figurine didn't have a cutie mark. They didn't appear until the next line of toys, though with time these marks became one of the main emblems of the brand. My Pretty Pony was quite successful, and they decided to launch a new version called My Pretty Pony and Beautiful Baby, which, apart from the original pony, also included an additional figurine of the baby pony. And this was the model for the first appearance ever in 1982 of My Little Pony. Since its predecessor hadn't been very successful, Hasbro decided to launch under this brand 6 new figurines, smaller and more colorful. This line, called Generation 1 by collectors, was an international success, and it was commercialized for more than 10 years. Only 2 years after they started selling them, they took the leap to animation. In 1984, the first special on TV was broadcasted, half an hour long. In 1986, My Little Pony the movie was released, produced by the Toei Studios in Japan, with several famous actors doing the voices. And finally, some months later, the first cartoon TV series was released, becoming one of the most successful of the decade, with 2 seasons and 65 episodes. Later on, it had a continuation in 1992, still with Generation 1, broadcasted by Disney Channel. Up to 1997, there wasn't any new line with big changes in the design. This new line was called Friendship Garden or Generation 2. They were smaller and thinner, with longer legs and turning heads. In the US, they were not as successful as expected, and they stopped their commercialization in 1999. However, they were luckier in Europe, where they were sold for a bit longer. But there were more changes in the line, apart from their physical appearance. The first unicorns appeared, some of them with removable wings, apart from 2 baby pony figurines. They also released the first sets of games with a mansion and a castle. Not only the toy line was expanded, but also the merchandising. Stuffed animals, magazines, clothes, perfumes, coloring books, and the first video game inspired by the franchise, for computers this time, where we could take care of our favorite character and play different activities with them. In 2003, the third line, or Generation 3, came out. Now, the Hasbro creators focused on an even younger public, between 3 and 10 years old. They also abandoned the thin designs and went back to the same physical features as the original line, just a bit more meticulous. Also, the first Pegasus appeared. This generation was as successful as the first one. And same as that one, this one had its animated adaptation, 2 miniseries of short episodes, though in this case they weren't on TV, but just released on DVD and on the internet directly. In 2009, the old design changes to one where ponies are smaller but their heads are huge. The public didn't really like them, so in 2010, Generation 4 came out, the last one so far, which has created a fan phenomenon all around the world. It is based on the characters Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, both Pegasus, Pinkie Pie and Applejack, ponies and Rattata, and Unicorn. They all live in an imaginary world called Austria. This generation's big
No, Twilight, you
is
son of a...
greatly due to the success of its TV series called My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, first broadcasted in 2010. There are also several movies and another TV series called My Little Pony Equestria Girls, with a humanized version of the characters. Ponies have become such a viral phenomenon, not only among fans and collectors, but also as memes, adaptations, and fan sites. One of the most surprising things is that despite the child-oriented nature of the franchise, it reached young people and adults as well, both male and female. There is even a terminology for these followers. The word Brony, for example, mixture of brother and pony.
Oh, brother.
We are sure there are lots of bronies among you TikTokers. And you probably speculate about what the next generation of My Little Ponies will be like in the future. What would your ideal pony be like? You probably have great ideas. And what's your favorite pony?
The one that you didn't talk about!
Who's that pony in the center?
If you enjoyed this video, don't
Apparently the new background pony.
Want to see more Drop My Live videos? Subscribe to the channel.
Okay, we're gonna go and skip Royal Correspondence 11. I thought we wouldn't have as much time and we needed some filler, but apparently I was wrong. And this is actually number 11 of about 11 episodes now from Scooterix. So I would check it out, but unfortunately that's pretty much all I can recommend. So we're gonna move on to the next one. Equestria War trailer. And it's not related to anything, this is just a fan creation.
Sister, are you all right? I've just had the most terrible dream. This was not a dream, but a vision. Princess Celestia, what's happening out there?
The elements of harmony. You must get to them and use their power to defeat them.
We will do what we can, but you must hurry. there's any pony who can do this, it's you.
The fate of Equestria is in your hands.
Prepare yourselves. He is here.
First we take Angela, and then all of Equestria! No, you won't. Watch out! No pony can stop us! It's all over!
Honestly, if that was custom animation, it would have been much funnier and better in my opinion, but I love the editing.
Well, the custom animation would take a lot longer, and I could see where they were going with it. So I like it for what it is. Moving on.
Today
Baby
I'm going to
ox.
teach you about the family business. We farm rocks. Chalk is technically a rock, but it's not the rock I was talking about. Those are socks, Pinky. Rocks aren't typically that soft. You mean hawk? Because technically that's a falcon. Plus, rocks aren't alive, except Boulder. That's a lock. Wrong mineral. Who's there? That's a knock. Rocks are nouns, not verbs. That's a clock, and it's broken. Our rocks don't move on their own. That's close enough.
They like gagged the did they?
Oh, I hope you enjoyed the heartwarming. Let's go to something else.
Wrong dream.
The wrong dream.
Oh.
Somebody help me!
Well, hello there. This is
Oh.
a pretty spooky dream, huh?
Huh. I may have made a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
They would do this.
Do you have another quarter, Luna?
And now on to royal duties.
Congratulations, Princess Sparkle. Have you any questions about your royal duties?
Just the one. What do I get to control?
Whatever do you mean?
Well, it's just that both yourself and Luna control the sun and the moon. What do I get to control?
Well, there is still one planet that neither of us control.
Well, what fancy schmancy stuff do you get to control?
You are now looking at Princess Sparkle, Princess of Uranus.
Okay.
Actually been a while since I've seen that comic.
I know, but it was so much fun. And now, dear Princess Twilight, because we just gotta keep ramping it up here.
Yeah. Well, I like pissing. Real quick, I like pissing people off with that whole planet joke.
Yes.
Because when you pronounce it correctly.
Correspondence as fellow princesses.
Yeah, you mean Uranus?
Isn't in the balance.
Or Uranus, something like that.
Yeah,
Simple and
Uranus,
thought-provoking
yeah.
things she likes to talk about with her peers. Oh, this is so exciting! Twilight, you punk ass mofo? Stop pestering me and find a bangin' stallion to date already. And I don't mean no flash sentry neither. You got the bling and the booty, so make him dance for it and try something exotic? I hear
Oh,
Discord's
no.
available now. You need to tap that thing before he starts dating Fluttershy. Booyah!
Nah.
And now to take this completely the wrong direction because we already went that far earlier. And the last one for the night.
Booyah.
Oh no.
Oh, I saw this one.
Pinky, grab my tail. Not this one, dear.
Eh. I know which tail.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Alright, so we're down to our closeout video, which unfortunately means it is time to say goodnight. So as you see the parade of wet mane ponies in the background here, as I very quickly pretend I know exactly what I'm doing and already have the video the song up, but I don't, but I do, but I don't. Oh, there it is. And it's very loud. Very loud. Ah, jeez. Sorry about that. Okay, now that it's down to a comfortable temperature. Right. I'm already losing my mind. Let's go ahead and call it a night. Let's get
Are you feeling sounds?
Apparently I am. So.
Or are you tasting them?
Yes. Yes. So let's get our final shout out thing. CMC, final shout out.
Fires, explosions, LOE, Roan, venison jerky, and make sure you go back and check the show notes and make sure you say Ciders Hollow, not Ciders Hollow.
I know what I said.
The man wants to get drunk on cider. Let him be drunk.
Alright.
Cider is hollow. How can you get drunk on it if it's hollow?
Alright, Textalion. Final shout out. Alright, Telekoi, final shout out.
Shout out to all the lovely people starting with Twitch since I have it up. Thank you to Fruit Arch, Furry Friend, Commander Rude, Decaf Smith, Electronic Longboard, Sand 4, Octavia Melody, Ponyman 64, Tech Stallion, The Hope 18, The Only Tech Man, me, VNK, Vertigo Probs, and Zinky Bear. To people in YouTube, at least that have messaged
Gakumara Sara and Shelly D. Alright, and Suki. Oh, right. Suki, final thought, shout out.
Shout out to everybody who deserves it, all that fun stuff. You know, despite what you may think, yes, we will have an anime stream this week. We can manage to pull ourselves away from Destiny long enough to do that.
Lies.
Forget, it's not Destiny you gotta worry about, it's Dragon Quest 11.
Well, that's your thing that's gonna do that.
Oh. Yeah, true. But oh.
Unfortunately, he doesn't have it yet.
Soon.
Anyway, but yeah, there is an anime stream this week. We will be continuing Punchline and Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Other than that, Saturday, we are still doing the streams on Saturday mornings. Why? Because we fucking can.
Works for me.
And gaming stream this Saturday night too. Not sure yet. It might be more Mario and Overcooked, but we'll see.
Alright, now for my shoutouts. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of The Brony Show. Tune in next week where we are going to be talking about Slumberjack, as well as my experiences with Fan X, which will probably be a lot shorter than Crystal Mountain since it's more of an all-arounder and not a pony convention. But still, we will be watching Slumberjack. Along with that, tune in after the show for the Coffee House After Party with yours truly, Circuit Main, Also, tune in an hour early for the equestrian flag stop. Hopefully. Unfortunately, the last couple of times it looks like there's been some issues with the flag stop. I think it may have something to do with the 7-layer cake that I put at the front door. Maybe.
Yeah, that or the fact that Cole ate it all in about 3 bites, and now he kind of can't move.
So that's what happened to it. No, well. But in any case, be sure to tune in Wednesday for Winchester Wednesdays, Thursday for Silent Blast Let's Play, Friday for, not this Friday, next Friday, for Roan RPG when I'm finally off of the convention circuit so we can finally get back to Roan shenanigans. Saturday, unfortunately, I did get word though that Creature is going to be unavailable for all of September, but he should be back by October, and that will mean Gaming Meltdown will resume once again at that time. But Sundays has Circuits Let's Play. We finished Shaq Fu. What's the next game? I don't know yet, but we will find out when the time comes. And now, with the Chrissy army in front of us, let's go ahead and do our final shout out to our IRC chatters. Thank you to Chris and Captain for keeping an eye on the chat. Then thank you to Cal Sakai, Clouded Rock Raider, Cool Dude 13233, Sarcasm, Deathlight Productions, Dimension, DM12, Everfan, Fantastic Fred, Glass 4, Relay Surf, Sonic 5421, Techman, Tech Stallion, Toakoi, Vaguely Creepy, and yay! Archivers! And remember, the Coffee House After Party will be live as soon as we finish our last music video for the night and close off stream so we can reorient. We have it on Ustream still while it's still up for another week or two, but we are also streaming on Vaughn TV. So we will try to get our links updated to reflect Vaughn TV as well. So we will continue to have Coffee House as well as other random shenanigans. Now that
You can't have.
right. And for the moment, let us go ahead and close out for the night. And our closing out video, Heroes PMV collaboration. Good night, everybody.
What if I'm the only hero left? You better fire off your gun once and forever. He said go dry your eyes and live your life like there is no tomorrow, son. And tell the others to go singing like a hummingbird, the greatest anthem ever heard. We are the heroes of our time, but we're dancing with the demons in our minds. We are the heroes of our time, heroes. But we're dancing with the demons in our minds, heroes. We are the heroes of our time, heroes. But we're dancing with the demons in our minds, heroes. Your crickets sing a song for you, don't say a word, don't make a sound. It's life's creation. I make worms turn into butterflies, wake up and turn this world around in appreciation. He said I never left your side when you were lost, I followed right behind. Was your foundation. Now go singing like a hummingbird, greatest anthem ever heard. Now sing together. We are the heroes of our time, heroes. But we're dancing with the demons in our minds, heroes. We are the heroes. Now go sing it like a hummingbird, the greatest anthem ever heard. Now sing together. We are the heroes of our time, heroes. But we're dancing with the demons in our minds, heroes. We are the heroes of our time, heroes.
I like to think I'm the hero of my time. Of course, I don't know what the time is anymore.
Do you know what it takes to be a hero?
I don't know, my clock's broken. I'm out of time.